What's up, YouTube fans? Today we're back with another Wednesday Night Live. I'm going to go over some of the new releases from FansToys that they've put out. It's pretty exciting. There just hasn't been anything going on, and now we got some new reveals. But I did want to show you a couple of things that are coming up administratively on my channel. So we did get this guy here. If you don't know, this is the New Age David, their version of Optimus Prime. Really, really cool. I really like this a lot. So much so that I bought it. So this was sent to me by Mr. G, Tony, but I actually bought it from him. What's up, Jermaine? What's up, Carl? Larkin's Lair, Asaf, thanks for joining me. Niles French, what's up? I also have a review of this crazy thing. So this is Optimal Optimus from Beast Wars. I'm not a huge Beast Wars guy, but this thing is pretty wild. Again, sent to me by Mr. G, Tony. So we'll take a look at this too. Pretty crazy kind of transformation. All right, so those are coming up. And then tomorrow we'll have the X-Transbots Jokund, their version of Groove, which I looked at. I just haven't posted it yet, so you can check that out tomorrow. All right, so let's get started with the reveals. So first up, this is actually not a new reveal, but so FansToys put out a date for this figure. So this is their version of Trailbreaker. They call him Outrider. These images are actually from back in June of this year, or last year, 2021. So they put these out, but we didn't get a release date. So now we have a release date. This is coming out in September of 2022. And they actually put out pre-orders. So if you haven't ordered him, he's up right now, available. My channel partner, Mr. Toy Dojo, you can head over to Toy Dojo and you can order this right now. They still have some available. I wouldn't wait. It's FansToys, especially the bigger bots, typically always sell out very quickly. So I would suggest ordering it now before it runs out, because once it does run out, then you have to go find it. They still have some on some other sites, but Toy Dojo usually gets it very quickly. They're usually one of the first. So I'd suggest you go order if you haven't already from somewhere. So this one is not new, but I just wanted to show you this is now slated for September. So this is the new one that we really got an announcement. This is their Aussie. They call him Aussie, I guess Australian, because his real name is Outback. So this is FansToys' version of Outback. It is a retool of Brawn. Oh, I meant to grab Brawn. Shoot. Grab him. He's actually right here. I don't know if you guys saw me grabbing that, but here is FansToys' version of Brawn. Hunk, they called him. So this is a retool, basically, of this guy. And they've obviously got really close to the cartoon, almost so much so that, like, it's kind of weird looking. You can see his feet. I mean, that's accurate to the G1 cartoon. That is how he looked. So, I don't know. A little strange, but that is what he looks like. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Let me get rid of this. All right, and there is his vehicle mode. Now that looks exactly like Brawn's vehicle mode. Very, very similar. Slight changes, but pretty much identical. And he's got the little blaster on the top of his vehicle mode here. Now, something that's new that we weren't sure. Let me say hi to some people. Hopefully I'm not missing any of these comments here. What's up, Jersey's finest? Michael Rogers, thanks for joining. Let me see if I missed anything. Carl says, great view on New Supply stuff. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I really like what he's producing. New Supply is making some really, really cool stuff. So if you haven't already checked it out, check out their website. They got some cool stuff on pre-order. All right. Yeah, so just going back to Outrider for just a second. He is late. This has been delayed, is redesigned. So this figure has been redesigned since 2 years ago. And the pre-orders were actually up on websites. So some websites like Toy Dojo decided to take down the pre-orders. And I guess they either refunded people or just canceled the orders. Other websites like TF Source or BBTS or maybe some others, they kept the pre-orders. But because the price changed so significantly, I think it was almost double the price, they had to increase the price for people that pre-ordered it. So they did give you a little break. I think it was like a $15 or $20 break, but unfortunately the price did go up, so they had to put their price up. But yeah, he's a full more than a year late. All right, so here's this gun here. So I wanted to talk about this for a second. So initially, when they showed the images of Outback or Aussie, we weren't sure if we were getting this. So I'm pretty solid now that you are getting this Megatron gun here with Aussie, and basically that will allow him to reproduce the scene. Oops, went too far. Reproduce the scene where he has Megatron's gun and he's firing it off. Now I saw another image with a light. This was lit up, and I got to go find that now. But that looked really, really cool. So I'm glad that they're giving it to us, and we don't have to take Megatron's gun off of Megatron, and you get a new light up version. Now I don't know if it has any audio, but it certainly lights up, so that's cool. Larkin says, "Oh man, Toy Dojo got new shirts. I need one of those." Yeah. Oh, Larkin, you should ask. These are actually the retail shirts. I'm not special enough. I don't have a staff shirt like Pake for Life. By the way, Pake did a nice live stream last night of the FansToys rig, which is in these pictures. We're gonna get to that. Really cool figure. I'll be getting mine in the next probably a couple days, maybe early next week. So you can check out my review of Rig, their version of Huffer, coming up soon. Dare says, need a quality Trailbreaker. Yeah, I have the X Transbots version, so we'll see how it stacks up. Jimmy says it's Tron wear. Yeah, I'm wearing this is my Tron wear. Yeah. Just Call Me says, yeah, we can see your comment. Thanks for commenting. Dr. Daga says, we need the Decepticon detector. I don't know if it's in the package or not. It's not clear if there's any other accessories in there, but we'll find out. Happy New Year. Yeah, Happy New Year, Winston. Good to see you. Yeah, thanks for joining me after 2 or 3 weeks off. I took a couple weeks off on the lives. I was sick last week, so I couldn't do it, but let's see. Dare says the khaki color off. I said in my review it would be interesting to see how the khaki color is. So yeah, it's a little light, but it depends on the photo. So there it is next to Braun. I think it looks good, but I would like to see it in person. But I do like this vehicle mode quite a bit. This version of Braun is really nice. So if it's anything like this, the colors initially on this looked kind of strange, and then once you had it in your hand, it looked a lot better. So I'm okay with it. Carl says, yeah, I think this is a hard one to go against what XTB has already come out. Yeah, we'll see. I'll have both. So of course I'll be doing my verses like I always do. All right, so let's move on to the next one. The next one was FansToys version of Pipes, and I've already forgotten his name. Somebody out there knows his name, you can put in the comments. But yeah, their version of Pipes. This is a retool of Rig, which is just hitting stores now. So if you did pre-order Rig, FansToys Rig, their version of Huffer, you should be getting it relatively soon. Let's see. Wild Bill says, I don't care about Outback, but I'm getting him anyway. Yeah, same here. I don't care about Outback, but he looks cool. All right. The accessory that Hunk should have come with. Yeah, I agree. The gun. I can't find that picture. I'm going to have to go look and see if I can find it. Yes, of course. FT is releasing Pipes after ordered MMC. Yeah, so this looks really nice. Let's just take a look at this guy. So very similar sculpt to, or I guess parts to Rig, but they've redone the entire backpack. They've redone the arms here. You can see that they've kind of redesigned. So even though it's a mold mate, I like how unique each of them are. So I like that both Pipes and Rig look very different. So I'm kind of happy about that. Yeah, the bright lights can probably alter it. So here's, let's see if we can get his alt mode. Here's his another robot mode. There he is next to Rig, so you can see kind of the similarities and differences. They've really changed quite a bit. I'm surprised how much different it looks in this, even though they're both based on the same. And that was something I always thought was kind of meh with other versions, is just a very, very slight retool. This is a heavy retool. I mean, look where the wheels are, right? Look at the design of the arms. Look at the design of the feet, the backpack. Everything has been changed, even though we know the base design is similar. So I like that. I like that FansToys is really putting in the detail and the attention to give you the true character. Let's see. Pipes looks awesome. Carl says Pipes looks good to me. Mike Rogers said, I think it's called a retooled. I think it is called a retooled. I think he's joking with me, or I don't understand his joke. Dare says, yeah, if they had his spark falling out as an accessory, that'd be cool. All right. So last thing, I just want to show his alt mode. So there he is next to Rig in his alt mode. I think this looks really nice. Really, really well done. Nice and compact. Looking at Bake's review yesterday, it seems like this is somewhat complex of a transformation, not like overly annoying, but it's got a lot of little panels. So at the price of $120, it does seem a little pricey, but I think they did such a good job with it. I'm okay paying more if it's done well and it's good quality. So I don't have it in hand yet. I'm going to be getting it in the next few days, but we'll find out. So I think there's one more. Yeah, so here's the full, there's the full picture with Rig, Pipes, Outback, and Brawn. And looks really nice. All mini bots, basically all the same size. Obviously, these two are mold mates. These two are mold mates. So I really like the way this turned out. So let's see. What do you guys have to say? Frankie Lawless says, it says something about a company to make you want an obscure character. Yes, I agree with that. I don't care at all about Outback, to be honest. It's really not on my radar. I know the Bad Cube version is out there. I never even bothered to pick it up. But suddenly I'm excited about these mini bots that I've never really had a connection to. I guess Huffer I did, but these two I didn't. But it just looks really good. So that does say something, right, to get some excitement. Transfan says, I canceled Piper and mentioned this to Show Z, and here he pops up almost immediately. Well, they probably had the TFCon images. So they did reveal that they were going to do it, but now we're getting more images. So we at least know what it looks like. Carl says, for transformation, I get scared when the figure looks like it has exploded, and then you have to put it back together. Yeah, so I thought the same thing about Rig when I saw the FansToys. If you don't know, FansToys has their own YouTube channel now. It's actually, I'm going to show you guys that because that's a good piece of information. So let me share my entire screen. Okay. So what am I doing? FansToys. Where's FansToys? Okay, so let's see. So FansToys has a new channel. Sorry, this is a mess, but let's see. Where are you, FansToys? Don't look at all my subscriptions. FansToys has a new YouTube channel where they're showing off their new products and they're showing you the transformations. And a lot of people have already seen these videos. So if you haven't checked it out, I would actually go and check out this channel. They just did a preview for Tesla, which is coming very soon. And this kind of is neat because now you get to see what their intended transformation is versus when you get it in hand and trying to interpret the instructions. So if you haven't checked this out already, I would suggest that you take a look at that. Oops, I lost the screen. Okay, well, I guess you guys aren't seeing anything right now. That's not helpful. There we go. There's FansToys channel. Just let me know if you're seeing it, but all really good. They have very interesting background music for these. If you guys, I think that's what you guys are monitoring, commenting down there. They've got like weird songs from like Disney and stuff. These aren't monetized, so they don't care about the music, I guess. They're just putting random music to it. But I do like that they're putting this out. It does seem like they're trying to connect with fans again, which is a nice thing to do. I'm happy that they're doing that. All right, one last thing I wanted to show you guys before I end for today is FansToys release schedule. And this is an unofficial resource, so don't hold me to what's written here. This is done by a TFW 2005 member, Roxor. I guess I'll put this link in my description so you can go find it. But this is on TFW2005.com. This is the list of FansToys releases that have come out and that are planned to come out. And it's not always right, but it's pretty up to date. Wild Bill asks, won't they get a copyright strike? No, because they don't monetize their channel. You can only get a copyright strike if you're getting paid for your video and you claim that you have the copyright for it. But if you don't get paid for your video, you're not monetized, then it doesn't matter, right? Your background music doesn't matter. Let me see some of these questions. Sony, do you think, from the looks of it, do you think X-Trans can compete with FansToys? Because I definitely don't. I think they're trying, and I'm going to give them the credit, the benefit of the doubt until they prove me wrong. So I did buy Tesla, or sorry, not Tesla. I did buy, what's their Perceptor? Jansen. And I hope it's really good. I'm rooting for X-Transbots. I think they've made some good products in the past. They've had some misses. So I think they can compete, Brian. That's my answer to that. But they're inconsistent. Their problem is they're inconsistent. They don't always make a good product, and I really want them to be consistent. So I'm rooting for them. Let's see. Niall says, I can't help to think that X-Transbot's outreach to the community has got FansToys' attention. That's a great point, Niall. So that's actually why I brought up that FansToys YouTube channel, because I think that was an attempt to reach out to the community, right? And kind of give the attention they need to, which they haven't been doing, and seeing what X-Transbots is doing on their Facebook page, in their reveals, in their images. And then now they had even some stuff in the, they're going to have some stuff in, TFCon. They had an exclusive in TFCon. I think FansToys finally thought, hey, let's get in on this game, before it's too late. So let me show you the site. So just real quick, here's the 2021 releases. Actually, let me zoom in here. All right, hopefully you guys can see that. So here's 2021. There weren't a lot in 2021. 2020 was like a pretty prolific year for FansToys. They made a lot of stuff. It's pretty crazy what they made in 2020. So in 2021, there was a really light year, actually, and some people probably forgot some of these things. But we got Smokey, which was their drag strip. We got Spindrift. We got the Universal Stand, which was really just junk. It didn't work well. We got Spindrift Sea Spray. Then we got the FT29T, which was a reissue, so that wasn't new. We got their reissue of the FansToys Bugs. So Grenadier, Mercenary, and Scrap. I forgot the other name, but their version of Kickback. So we got all three of those. I think that was it. I think there was a couple of Dinobot reissues. This looks like it hasn't been updated, but we got a couple of reissues, but then we stopped getting new figures. So here's what's coming up. Let me make sure I'm not missing. Transfan says, well, it's kind of ran by one of us, though, not actually XTB. So it is and it isn't. So it's run by a fan, but it's also run by a person that works with and for X Transbots, right? They're the artist that designs some of the box art and does some of their work for them in terms of color imaging. So I would say they are technically an extension of X Transbots, but not necessarily an employee. Dare says, presenter shows there's no comparison. If XTB tried charge 230, they'd get laughed out of the room. I don't know. I have to see those two figures in hand before I know how they compare. So here's some upcoming stuff. Let's talk about this. So we've got Chomp, which is coming somewhat soon. Outrider, we just found out is September. So that's getting already pre-orders are up for that. Berserk, their Blitzwing, that is revealed, but not yet. Pre-orders haven't gone up. Acoustic Wave, this is out of date, so this has to move back to 2021. That's already come out. Their Cesium reissue, which may not be Cesium, might be something different. That's going to come out. Their Hoist, which is probably a retool of their version of Trailbreaker. And then here's a whole bunch of their Superion, right? Where's the rest of the Superion? Hopefully getting some of that this year. Venusaur and their Bandit figure, those are kind of on the slate. You know, those really should be coming this year. They aren't. I'm not sure what they're doing. We do get the Fortress Maximus head, FT40A. That's already pre-order is already up, and I think they're probably filled by now. Tesla 2.0, that's coming very soon, January. Rig is right now, so we'll be getting that very, very shortly. Jazz and Mirage, we haven't heard anything since the initial reveals on TFCon or at TFCon. And then all of these, I haven't seen anything new. These are either just teases or maybe older stuff we haven't heard of. So that's really it. I just wanted to show you this site. It's a pretty nice resource. Hasn't been updated for a little while, obviously, you can tell. I'll probably hit this guy up and ask him to update. So that's everything I know of that's coming up. Hope you guys are excited. Let me see what you guys have to say about the releases. And I'll put back up our images here. And we'll probably end in a few. Oh, Clinical says Jansen is pronounced Jansen. Okay, Jansen. Good to know for the review. Thank you. Let's see. Carl says this might be an issue. It's been an issue with almost all third-party companies. Communication is poor. FansHobby has probably been the most consistent until XTB took off. I agree, but FansToys has been especially bad at communicating. They've just never really, they're kind of mysterious, right? Mystery Man, Dahlia and JJ, he rarely comments or responds. If he does, then like everybody takes that as Bible. So it's kind of, it's very rare. So I'm glad that they're at least having some type of communication. Mega Doomer says FT will need to drop their prices before I buy from them. I don't even look at their offerings. Yeah, they are expensive. I'm of the mind. So my personal preferences for collecting are I'm willing to pay more a premium price, which right now these are at a premium price, right? Each of these are $120. I went back and looked, by the way, and the older mini bots were like $100. So they've gone up about $20 in their pricing. So Mega Doom is right. The prices are going up. But for me personally, I really like the quality and I like the look of them. So I'm willing to pay that premium price. But not everyone is, so I totally get that. David says FT still holds the heavyweight belt. Let's not pretend they don't. Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, I see your it says I got 5 of the universal stands. I bought 2, and then I gave one to a friend, and I still have one, and it's not good. I have what's his name? Cyclonus. Their Quietus on display on that stand. It barely displays, and I'm always afraid it's going to fall off that stand. It's really not good. David says FT Perceptor 2.0 will crush X Transbots Perceptor. Let's all come back to reality. I'm going to be doing a versus. I don't want to prematurely say that it's better. Knowing the track record of X Transbots, I don't know which one I'm going to get. Am I going to get the super awesome releases that they've done in the past, or I'm going to get something janky? I don't know. Until I have it in hand, I'm not going to speculate. I will say it looks good. The X Transbots version looks really nice, as far as what I've seen. Potato Rider, that's an interesting name, says, I think Keith snuck into the factory to make those. Maybe. Carl says, once another list that came out and floated around the groups that talked about the new releases had Rig, Chomp, Rider. Yeah, so there is another one out there. I just go off of TFW because they have links to the latest release images. So I like the TFW one, although it looks like a little out of date. So I might ask this guy to update it. But Daniel Zhang, hey, what's up, Daniel? Thanks for joining. It says FT Blitzwing and Dead End. Just please, please, please. Yeah, I really want a Blitzwing. I don't have a Blitzwing. I never went with DX9 or whoever else made the other one. I just waited. So I want a Blitzwing real bad. Call me BB. BB says Simon Wong does some of the XP box art too. Yeah. So I actually just did here. I just did this one. This is X Transbots Jokun. And I don't think this is Mike's art. So I think this is who you're referring to. Maybe Simon Wong. Really nice artwork, actually. I really kind of like it. It looks good. Thanks for that. Let's see. FT defines. I think definitely has something to say about combiners. Yeah, so they need to communicate with us about the combiners. It's a good. Thanks for sharing that, Wild Bill. I really felt like not communicating about the progress or the status is going to hurt them. Because people are dumping it, right? They're going to start dumping their combiner parts and just go with a different company, whoever's already made it, right? We need to hear about what's going on with Ethereon, Superion. We need to hear what's going on with Menasor, and then these other ones that are potential that we've heard from them, like Devastator. We never heard about it again. So I really want to hear just something, hey, we're planning to finish in the next 2 years. Okay, I'll be committed to it. But not saying anything, yeah, that definitely hurts. All right, let me stop sharing that. I will put that in the description, so if you're interested. And if whoever mentioned the other list, Carl, actually, if you can text me, you have my contact. Just message me that list that you're talking about. So I'd like to put that in the description as well for people to use. Thank you. All right. I think that's it for today. Mega Doom says the value and gratification of ownership just isn't there for me when it comes to FT. And that's true for, other people. So I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying for me personally, I'm willing to pay that price. It is steep, but for me it works out. RID says FT prices are out of hand. Yeah. Mike says Terry's site is great. Yeah, if he's talking about Terry Wong, he's got some good prices and a good site. And I've bought from him before. Of course, I buy from Toy Dojo, almost everything from Toy Dojo. But yeah. All right. Sigzaza, I don't know how to say that. If Blaster comes out, then yes, I will get the repaint of their Sound Blaster. I don't think it's going to be a repaint, so I'm pretty sure Blaster is going to be a totally different design. Just because of the way he looks, it's going to require a lot of change. But I will obviously get Blaster if they put him out. Or Sound. Oh, you're talking about Sound Blaster. I'm sorry. Yeah, Sound Blaster is just going to be straight repaint, black. That makes sense. I'll get him. Oh, Depuff says Rockstar has not been around for a while. Okay, so I'll have to. Maybe I'll see if I can take over that page. I don't know. Or publish my own. Let me see if I can publish my own. I'll hit him up, and if I don't get a good response, maybe I'll start my own thread. All right. I think that's all I'm going to take here. Wind Charger, we're all expecting so we can replace Boost. Yeah. I can't stand Boost. I don't like that figure at all. Another one of those X-Transbots, bending plastic around plastic to make it work. It's always been like that. It looks fine. Their figures always look good, but then as soon as you go to transform it, that's when things start to mess up. Lowell says, hey, what's up, Lowell? I'd really like to see FTs put out their Trailbreaker. Yeah, that's coming in September. So we know now they're committed to doing it. They usually don't give a date unless they're really committed to getting it out. All right. I'm going to skip that. Brian G says, I predict that everyone that purchased Perceptor will be scrambling for Tesla. That may be true. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going to be getting both. Obviously, I will do the versus comparison. They both look good on the surface. Now, I'm going to see how the transformation is, but they both look good on the surface. All right. That's it for today. Thanks for joining me. Hopefully you guys are excited too about these new FT Minibots. I know I am. I already pre-ordered the ones that are available. This one is not available by the way. Pipes is not up yet. Probably soon in the next couple months they'll put him up because he's just a retool of Rig. So I don't think he's too far away, but we'll find out. Oh, Jermaine says, you don't like FansToys Thomas? Get out of here. Yeah, FansToys Thomas is amazing. That's one of my favorite figures in my collection. But anyway. Oh, you guys have some good things to say. Let me get a few more comments. Soundwave got them spooked, so he went Shadow, Fibrier, and Corvus on us. Yeah. BB says, I was always reading for Bandit and the combiner parts to be released separately. I really hope they do that. I hope they separate Bandit and allow you to buy it, because if you want it in all three modes, now you got to buy 3, which is going to be super duper expensive. So I'm hoping they change their mind on that and start putting them separate. I wish the universal stands were clear instead of trans blue. Yeah, I agree. Clear would have been way better. I played with a clear stand. I thought it was really nice. And it made me think I wish the FansToys one was clear. Shozy will have extra for anyone trying to get. Okay, yeah. Shozy also has some pre-orders available too, and a pretty good price. Me personally, I like to order from American retailers because I know they're going to deliver quickly and they're not going to have any bullshit about shipping. Jermaine says people are crying about buying one FansToys figure. I buy triples. Yeah, we call him Triple Up J. If you don't know Jay, he's a triple, sometimes double, quadruple. Big fan of FansToys. I mean, I don't buy that many, but I really like their product. So I often buy 2 just in case. Usually my local buddy here that lives where I do in New York buys it off of me. So just in case, I always get a second one in case one of the companies gets delayed or whatever. But nobody can match up Triple Up J. Carl says someone needs to come out with some better flight stands. Even Flame Toys flight stands are garbage. I feel like 3.0 has the only one okay. Yeah, that's a good point. There's a big market open out there right now for flight stands. There was a flight pose stands, but they've really kind of disappeared. So I don't know if they're making product anymore. Carl's flight stand for Generation Toys IDW Bomber is pretty good. Oh yeah. So by the way, I'll be looking at that IDW Bomber from Carl, which will be nice. Yeah, and most of the 3.0 stands were really nice. Flame Toys were okay, not the greatest, but I'm excited to see that figure. Thanks for sending that, Carl. BB says Dead End is a favorite of mine, so I'll gladly take him solo anyway. Yeah, me too. I do hope they put it out because I'm collecting doubles. That's the only versions I'm collecting doubles of, so I definitely want to see that. Oh, sorry. Thanks for letting me know. I had some kind of notification popping up. All right. Wow, you guys have so much to say. David Lynch says, I had Sean Love customize my DX9 Blitzwing along with the painted visor. Made a huge difference. Yeah, Sean is a master of his craft. So if you are looking to get customs, obviously it costs a little bit of money, but the product turns out great. So I'm sure he made that Blitzwing look amazing. What do you think about FansToys Trailbreaker? Oh, I already talked about Trailbreaker. I love it. I'm getting it. Let's go back for a second. I think it looks really good. Now, this was revealed way back in June of last year, so this isn't new, which is why I didn't spend a lot of time talking about it. I think it looks great. I'm definitely getting it, and we'll do a comparison, obviously, with X-Transbots. But yeah, I'm excited for it, for sure. TransFan said, just can't see paying the American premium price we can get directly from in-country. They're made in China, so you can't buy American unless you want Hasbro cheap plastic. Yeah. Well, if you are in America, then buying from a Chinese source is always going to take longer, usually 3 to 4 weeks. Obviously, I'm reviewing these things, so I need to get them in a reasonable amount of time. So that's one of the main reasons I switched from a Chinese retailer to American. But I don't regret it at all. I love working with Toy Dojo. Really good company, good customer service. They just do so many things right that I'm really happy that I switched. Potato, I just realized even when they reveal Dead End and Menasor, it's still gonna take another year for it to come out. Yeah, it's gonna take a while, but I would just take the bot. If they could just give me the bot, I'll be happy. Tej Sungani says, FansToys ego is making them into a potential Takara. X-Transbots might take over number one if they can get paint finished down. That's a good point. Like, if X-Transbots masters their quality and their finish and just their overall tolerances is still a problem for them. If they can get that right, I think they can take over the number one spot, because FansToys right now, their prices are really high. Just on their Perceptor, you can see the difference in price. All right, I gotta end here, but I'll take one more. BB says Ocular Max is definitely next in line after FT. I really like Ocular Max. They have a couple things coming out very soon, so those will be up on my review channel. All right, that is it for today. Thanks for joining. Thanks for the comments. You guys had a lot to say. Appreciate all the comments and the participation and the link. Hopefully you guys can send me that link for that FansToys list, because the one that I put up on the screen was a little bit out of date. I'm going to try to make my own list if I can't get that one up to date. So thanks for watching. You can check out Jokun tomorrow, and then next week we'll take a look at the New Age David. Have a good night. Later.